but she only speaks Swedish.
Guten Dagen.
Yeah, right. So why don't you talk to her?
But I don't speak Swedish.
Yeah, I'm going to go check my messages.
So, come to America often?
Ja, der Flügengucken, red, white, and Bluken.
Oh, boy, how about this weather?
Oh, ja, der hummy-dummy schmelling.
Less filling?
Tastes great.
Miller Lite?
Ja, Miller Lite.
Well, all right.
Everyone in the world knows there's one less filling beer that really tastes great. Miller Lite. That's why it's America's favorite light beer.
So, Bob, how's it going? Oh, not bad.
Hokey pokey, Kindersona.
Not bad at all.
Bring it to Miller Lite.
Yeah, thanks, Bob. I'll take over from here.
Miller Brews, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hokey pokey in the sauna.
That's funny.
Hokey pokey in the sauna. It's 61 degrees at 6:44, 16 and 7 o'clock at AM-750 WSB. You notice every Christmas we sort of build an affinity towards the Swedes. Hokey pokey in the sauna. And that ugly juice that they drink for the holidays. What is that stuff called? Boy, it's a high alcohol content. Schmeckner, or whatever it is. Schmeckner. You ask them next party you go to. Here's Joy Cashin. Skycopter, Skyplane Traffic. What do you have on tonight, Joy? What are you wearing? Now, let me say, faded jeans, tight-fitting, and a loose-fitting white T-shirt.
You got the T-shirt right, and it's tight corduroys.
Nice job, huh? Nice job.
All right.
Okay, check back with you shortly. 6:45, 15 and 7 o'clock at AM-750 WSB. Larry Munson's got a cold. And I think Dave O'Brien's going to be doing sports shorts just after... just after 7. Took the shot right out of the grasp of Dave from Conyers.
Yeah. O'Brien, if you're listening, turn around and go home.
I wanted you, Dave. I wanted you, Big Dave from Conyers, on that sports talk show. Because you know what? You would have killed.
Let's play a joke on O'Brien and nobody calls.
Well, the National League Cy Young Award winner, big surprise, Doug Drabek, who helped pitch the Pittsburgh Pirates to the National League East title. Frank Viola, the New York Mets, probably comes in second on the vote. Didn't see the numbers. And the John Sherhole shuffle continues. Chuck Lamar, big name, former director of minor league ops of the Pittsburgh Pirates. He was named director of scouting and player development for the Atlanta Braves. Lamar, who is 34 years old, was a scouting supervisor for the Reds for 4 years before joining the Pirates in 1988. Pat Dye says 3 key players will be out with injury Saturday when the Tigers host Big Georgia. Dye had reported earlier that outside linebacker Larry Young will be unable to play this week. Now he has added defensive tackle Fernando Horn and defensive back Frankie Stankunas to the list of Tigers who won't play against the Dogs in a big game for the Dogs. Hawks face the 76ers in a National League basketball game tonight, 7:40 in Philly. 76ers have won 3 games, including that 108-100 victory over the Pacers last night. They've lost 3. So, good matchup for the Hawks. 6:47, 13 and 7 o'clock. Jack in Marietta, you're on AM-750 WSB with Gary McKee in the Hometown Radio Show. Jack, hi.
Hi, Gary. I enjoy listening to your show. I've never had the urge to call, though.
This is a subject that touches your heart. Putting the puppy to death on television last night to convey the need for spading and neutering. How do you react to that?
Well, I hope my opinion doesn't offend anybody, but I really don't see the difference in putting a puppy to sleep as, murdering millions of cows and stuff like that. I mean, I worked at a meat company most of my life through college and through high school. And once I saw him put 4 cows in a little place and shoot them in the head with a .22 rifle. Mm-hmm. And then they get hoisted up on these chains and then, sawed up with chainsaws. And cows have families. And, they're warm-blooded like dogs, too. Mm. Do you see any difference?
I see. Let me explain something to you, Jack. I think your opinion is jaded just because of the occupation. I mean, I don't know. I've lost touch with him, but I knew somebody who worked in a slaughterhouse, and it was no big deal to him after the years. But when he first got there, it was. But I think the fact that you've been employed in that environment sort of has a tendency to twist your outlook on things.
Well, I quit eating meat about 20 years ago because of it.
Because of it?
Yeah.
All right, so you don't...
As a matter of fact, I'd go to eat some meat, and anything that can look back at you, I'd stay away from eating.
How about you go to a restaurant and you order trout and they still have the eyes in the head? Ooh, look out.
I just eat vegetables and then lots of beans and cornbread.
Okay, Jack. Thanks for the...
I'd like to... I'm going to hang up and listen to your comment. I really don't see the difference because I've had a pet cow even.
Okay. Well, don't hang up and listen to my comment. Just hang up.
All right.
I have no comment on that, Jack, because I know because of your employment there, it's kind of jaded and you're affected wrong. But just remember, cows are people too. All right, Jack?
That's what I mean. I'm saying they shouldn't kill cows.
Absolutely. Thanks for calling, man.
Bye.
It's 872-0750. Be amazed, just based on your occupation, what things would scare the flip. I mean, to talk into this mic, people would absolutely go into gridlock. And we're going, I can't get enough of it. And to work at a meat packing plant, how about if you worked at one of those crash demonstration factories like they have in the commercials, with the dummies? I mean, it'd be no big deal. How about ambulance drivers? The things they see every day that would make us cack. Hey, no big deal. They even make jokes about it. Gallows humor. So there's another show for another day. 6:49, 11 and 7 o'clock, AM-750, WSB, Skycopter, Skyplane Traffic. Joy Cashin's on the air.
Maybe a little bit slow in downtown Atlanta on 7.
Town radio show.
What you staring at? What are you staring at? 654, 6 and 7. Mark Hyman, Atlanta's sexiest man. Channel 2. Looking in the window. What is this, some aquarium in here? You want to throw me some food? Kurt Mellish of the Weather Center is calling tonight for clear and cool. Low at 49. Tomorrow morning clouds, afternoon sun. He's so poetic. High 71, low at 50. 655 and 61 degrees.
AM-750 WSB Skycopter Skyplane traffic. 75 northbound is okay into Cobb County, but you got a new wreck on South Atlanta Road at Paces Ferry, and 285 westbound still slow in places around Perimeter Mall, headed over towards I-75. Gary.
Darling, wear the red teddy. I'll be there at 7:15.
All right.
Oh, I love that laugh. She laughs the same laugh. Oh, thank you, Joy. Have a good night.
Oh, you did the same here.
Let's go to Fort Payne. God, if you say anything about Alabama, I'm going to cut you off. Roadhog McFarland, you're on AM-750 WSB there, Roadhog.
Well, good morning down there in hot Atlanta.
How you doing?
Lord of mercy, I tuned y'all in. You coming in wall to wall up here in Fort Payne.
What a wall-to-wall and treetop tall.
You buddy. Well, I tell you what, you sound like you're having a good time. Then I'm going to have to pay South Central, or better, Hayes going to have to pay South Central Bill a penny or two for being on hold, but never mind that. I won't talk to you, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Well, sound like you're having a good time. Then why sitting here on hold? You talk to some fella up there in Rome about cutting up cows and trouts where the eyes are looking at you. Let's talk about something else, can we?
Yeah, absolutely. What do you want to talk about there, Roadhog?
Well, Lord, I don't know. I just want to say hi and tell you, you sound like you're having a good time down there in Atlanta. I like to hear folks have a good time.
Yeah, we do have a good time.
Yeah, well, I used to call them folks up in Cincinnati, but you know what they are up there, don't you? Well, Lord, I wasn't going to say that. I didn't think to say that on the air. But
Roadhog, are you hit? Have you been drinking there, Roadhog?
Well, no. I ain't thought about that in a while. In about, well, let's see, it's been about 5 minutes. Let me try another.
Okay,
anyway,
go ahead and take it. Hold on, take another slug, and we'll wait. We'll on-hold it.
All right, hold on.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, I tell you good. You know what? No, wait a minute. I can't come down there. Hey, that Carla, tell me what she looks like.
Oh, she is beautiful, man. Tight jeans, loose-fitting, a loose-fitting blouse, sort of a chiffon blouse, and long-legged. She's just a little under 6 foot. Nice, absolutely gorgeous. A walking 10, man, and just as nice and intelligent and sweet as you'd ever want her to be.
Well, listen, I'm going to have to hang up and go find a better hay. You done got my blood stirred up.
Hey, Roadhog, we want you to call us again. Now, we enjoy you.
That's terrific.
Okay.
You don't want me to say nothing about the Alabama boys?
Yeah, you go ahead and say what you want to about Alabama. That's pretty much all y'all got.
You talking about the football team or the...
No, I'm talking
about... Don't talk about the football team.
I'm talking
Lord,
about
I ain't going to talk about the...
I'm talking about the band. Who's the coach at Alabama this week, by the way?
Let's see, Dizzy Gillespie, I think. No, wait a minute, he blows a horn or something. Let me get out of here. I done took up enough of your time.
Yes, you
keep up a good word down there and face the world every day with a smile. Don't take no wooden nickel.
All right, Roadhog, thanks for calling me.
Thanks a bunch.
Okay,
Bye.
It's W. Now, I'm supposed to go to D and Cumming and talk about this puppy death. Okay, thank God she hung up on me. I thought I was going to have to go from that call. What a segue from hell. Into Jim in Woodstock. You're on AM-750 WSB, Jim.
Yes, I'm a first-time caller. I am.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. We feel as though the majority of people are first-time callers on this subject with the puppy thing. It's upsetting.
And you know what hurts me, and I've been hurt before because I've seen a little puppy dog die in front of my eyes and stuff like that. And I'm not trying to shield them from death because my mom died about 2 years ago. But I hate to see them and the pain in their face when a little puppy dog runs across the street or a kitty cat runs across the street and dies and gets hit by a car and you kind of feel for it, but she's still on the other side like you're saying and like everybody else is saying.
What is this, a cocktail party here? It's a cocktail party at midnight. Get me out of this! News time at the tone, 7 o'clock.
Depend on it. AM-750 WSB presents the Gary McKee Hometown Radio Show.
Yeah. Where's my thing here? Where's my thing? I've been talking to Dave, setting this thing up. Oh, yes, we're live from Atlanta, where two of the world's richest people cavort and call one another Tarzan, Ted and Jane. Gary McKee Hometown Radio Show, hated, jaded, and totally berated. And it is Friday afternoon, and you ain't heard nothing yet.
Wait.
He's going to be on Joan Rivers Monday. So he's going to take Joan Rivers. They're going to do Joan is going to do a special show on wacky talk radio host. And he's, gosh, I can't think of anybody else. He's got to be the only guy from this area that's going to be on the show with Joan Rivers. But it's national TV, and we want you to watch it. Joan Rivers is on the Channel 11 here locally. His show is on from midnight to 5. And on Saturday nights, he's on from 8
to 1 primetime special.
8 to 1 primetime special. It's off the wall. His name is David Paul.
Hello, everybody.
Let them applaud for you because they love you.
Thank you very much.
Why did you come out of the program director's office right now? Did they tell you what not to say on national TV?
You know, thank goodness I have a 14-year contract. Those guys are the biggest morons I've ever spoken to. I mean, these guys are bozos from the word go.
But I know you had a big meeting. You had to go in there. You had to talk to them. Did they say what did they say not to do on Joan Rivers'
they want me to go on there. They want me to be polite, be nice, try your best to hold back.
How are you going to do that?
They want me to wear a suit. And you ever seen the way these guys dress? I mean, Bob Neal, the biggest clown in the station. I mean, this guy is bozo from.
The general manager.
I mean, you put a nose on this guy's face, and I'm telling you.
Okay. Well, this is our staff here in the Hometown Radio Show. This is Amy Henry.
Right. Hello, Amy.
And
we've met.
Our executive producer, Sandy Garfield.
Hi, Sandy.
And this is our sports gentleman this afternoon, Jeffrey Van Note. You know Jeff. You and Jeff are, good.
Oh, wait. Right. Yeah. Right.
We'll be back with David Paul. We'll let David Paul go into one of his I don't know what you call it. It's just one of his things where he could tick off Sister Theresa. He'd have her punching him out. So stay by. More of David Paul on the Hometown Radio Show. If you want to queue up and talk to Dave and enjoy this refreshing, loving gentleman, 872-0750. It's 5:11 and 57 degrees. Bob Neal out of the box, and he's the top guy. So, I mean, is there anybody you admire?
Well, I can do that. I have a pretty good contract, so if they get rid of me, I mean, I get a pretty good hunk of change, so... But, God, you ever seen this way this guy dresses? It just bothers me that this guy would sit. He sat down with me and he says, Dave, we think you to represent WSB, AM-750 WSB.
On national television.
On national television. We want you, we think, a nice suit and just, maybe your hair, trim your hair a little bit, things like that. and just, we want you to just do not insult Joan, try to hold back. And I'm just saying, you're crazy, man.
I think you ought to go in there and jump in her shorts. I think you ought to take her off. That's you. That's the real David Paul. That's that loving gentleman we know.
I'm not going to be your buddy. No. I'm going to be her worst nightmare. Fortunately, it's a live show, and they can't shut me up.
Do you know who else is going to be on the show with you? Some of the other
a bunch of worthless FM people. No, they're really morning drive morons.
I'm so glad that I'm not in FM radio because there's a lot of gays in FM radio.
No, they're all gay. Yeah.
Are they all gay?
And they're all ugly. That's why they're in radio. Everybody in radio, and they're all, yes.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you can.
I'm a little on the ugly side. I know Jeff Van Note's on the ugly side. How come you got a pen in your mouth, Jeff? Are you afraid to join us in here?
Pro head. I got that big pro head. We're going to talk about that head again?
Okay, let's take some calls here. You're on the air with David Paul, Leroy in Decatur on AM-750 WSB.
Dave.
Leroy.
You made it to the big time, buddy.
What's happened, Leroy?
Not much. Who's your escort, Dave?
My escort?
Yeah, you going to take Tina or Kelly?
Who's Tina and Kelly? Who are these?
These are some of my loose women all night. One of my weather watchers, and no, I have hookers down here. After 2 o'clock, after 2 o'clock in the morning, this show changes. After management goes to bed, this show really takes off.
You ever have go all the way and get some former Georgia cheerleaders?
Sluts.
Dave, we finally get to see what you look like, Dave.
That's right, Leroy. No, I do have some class. Come on.
He's not that bad-looking guy, Leroy. I'd kind of like kiss him myself.
Well, Dave, you got to trash the show now.
That's right, Leroy. All right, Leroy. I will, Leroy. Yeah, fascinating, Leroy.
Thank you, Leroy. Let's run to Mary and Gwinnet. You're on AM-750 WSB, Mary.
Hey, Gary.
Hi.
This is David Paul. I just need to talk to him a minute.
Go ahead. You're with
Okay, David Paul.
Hello.
The first time I ever heard you, I was coming back from church.
Right.
And my husband is a very, very conservative fellow.
Mm-hmm.
And see, I done fell in love with you know, all good stuff. And you was saying if you went to church and you needed the money,
I'd take it out of the collection.
You take it out of the collection plate.
That's right.
And I thought he was going to
because a real church cannot prosecute you. If a church prosecutes you, it's not a church, it's a business.
That's right.
Mary,
I go along with
I have an informative talk show. That's what my show's all about.
I listen to you.
Mary, you ought to hear, David and I, this is Gary, David and I were here talking about Georgia grads. You ought to hear what he says about Georgia grads, if you think that's aggravating, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Did your husband know that it was David Paul, sort of a tongue-in-cheek David Paul, or did he take him too seriously?
This was my secret.
And you've always wanted his little naked body, huh, Mary?
Oh, no.
No, your husband's little naked.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Right.
872-0750 on AM-750 WSB with a hometown radio show and our special guest, David Paul.
This is really distracting in here. You have two women, Sandy and Amy, and it's very distracting in here. I can't stand women they can't take their eyes off me, and their eyes are glued to my crotch area. That's really distracting. I mean, treat me as a human being. Get your eyes off my crotch.
I can't even see that far.
Does that sort of anger? Because I'm victimized by that too.
Crotch watchers. Yeah, all women are crotch watchers. It really it bothers.
All women are?
Doesn't it bother you? Well, it's true. Men are T's and A's. They're really into T's and A's. But women, I don't care where you are, they're glued to your crotch area. And it's the first thing they look at you on the body. And it's very distracting to me because I like to be treated as an equal.
Is that what that is, David?
Yes, David.
I thought it was only smaller.
Jeez, do you have that trouble, Jeff?
I don't know. How did I get on this show this afternoon? I mean,
okay. Well,
I work with David early in the mornings.
But yeah, you're basically his bodyguard. Oh, you're the referee.
That's another story.
Right.
Marie in Doraville, you're on AM-750 WSB with David Paul. Marie.
David.
Yes.
Talking about clothing on national TV.
Yes.
What about the man test?
The man test.
What's the man test? What is
Monday
that?
night.
No, well,
Yes.
if you're a real man. Are you a real man, Gary? Have you ever heard my man test?
I haven't heard the
I can
test.
prove if you're insecure or secure with your masculinity.
Okay.
Same with you, Jeff.
All right.
Raise your hands right now.
Yeah.
Say, I will take, it only takes 5 minutes when you get home. You're both married, right?
5 minutes, okay.
5 minutes. I want you to go home and take a dress out of your wife's closet, put it on, put some stocking, put some lipstick on, just walk around the house a little bit. And if you can do that, you're a real man. If you cannot do that, you're a wimp. You're a wuss.
I could probably do that.
Jeff, you wuss?
I couldn't fit into my wife's dress.
I'm an 18.
Right, but that's the man test.
You already know the size.
Yeah, I know the size.
Right.
I'm a 9 and an 9 shoe, a 42.
But serious, that's a very can you do that? Would you do that?
I think I could do that, Dave. I'm pretty comfortable.
You look like the type that does that quite often. Seriously, Gary, you really
like I say, I know my dress size. Marie, have you ever seen David Paul in person?
No.
This is going to be your opportunity on the Joan Rivers Show nationwide. Now, we don't know whether the show is going to be on Monday or Tuesday, but we know if it's live, it'll be on Monday.
Right.
On Channel 11. I think our show's like 9 o'clock in the morning, but if it's taped, it'll be on Tuesday. We'll let you know, okay?
But the question is he going to do the man test on national TV?
Come on,
That's
no.
You're not going to wear. Well, why don't you wear a dress on the
It's not
Joan
my
Rivers
show.
show?
I'd love to prove I'm a man on national TV, but it's not my show.
Well, Marie, you be sure to watch and see and watch his crotch with everybody.
Yeah,
okay, Marie? All women will be glued to that. Okay, take a break here. AM-750 WSB with the hometown radio show Sports Shorts and Jeff Van Note.
I wasn't ready for that, you know. I mean,
he's looking around. What's my name?
What kind of show is this, you know?
It's your show. Go, you're on.
Okay. Medford, that's $13 million over 3 years. That's 4.1, 4.7, somewhere in that range. Gooden said that there would be no further talks. He's eligible to become a free agent at the end of the season. Al Hazarazan, the vice president of the Mets, said that Gooden wanted Clemens money. That's about $5 million a year. He refuses to give him that kind of contract because he calls Clemens' contract a hopeless aberration, and it's not going to be considered in talks with Gooden's agent. It looks like the Mets might lose Dwight Gooden after next season. More sports in a half an hour.
$25 million. $5 million a year. 18 past 5, 57 degrees. It's AM-750 WSB, Skycopter, Sky plane traffic with Kerry Browning and Joy. Cash in. The Gary McKee Hometown Radio Show. Quickly, Roger in Atlanta. You're on with David Paul, Roger.
Hey, Dave.
Roger.
Hey, man.
How'd this guy get through? Doesn't she do her job, screen out the calls?
Hey,
Come
Roger,
on.
You ripped, Roger?
What?
Are you ripped, man?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, me and Dave, we have one thing in common,
Right.
man. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, man, it's so great to see your manly 5'6" frame out. Yeah.
5'6" stud.
Yeah, all right.
Right.
Pray for short people.
Right.
Started by Iraqi forces in recent hours, accusing Saddam Hussein of launching a scorched earth policy. At the Pentagon, Navy intelligence
As of a week ago, in the past 24 to 36 hours, that number has gone up to in excess of 150.
The border town of Kafchi, battered in an early ground battle, took on an especially eerie cast against a backdrop of dark haze. At midday, we're told the town was dark as night. This has been a live special report from AP Network News, Crisis in the Gulf. I'm Bob Moon, and this is the Associated Press Radio Network.
We have continuing coverage of the Gulf War. Check in 2 or 3 times a day over the weekend. I got updates every hour and half hour on AM-750 WSB. Depend on it. Gary McKee back with David Paul and a couple at 5:22 and 57 degrees.
It's been a long day. 11 Alive, President Bush tells Saddam, get out by tomorrow noon or else. Operation Crack Attack sweeps through South Georgia. And if you own property in Fulton County, your bills may skyrocket this weekend.
For the latest news from the Persian Gulf and North Georgia, join Sean Pruitt, Kelly Morgan, Joe Washington, and Johnny Beckman tonight at 6 on 11 Alive. Your around-the-clock news source.
Time for the rebellion. Freedom fighters led by Luke Skywalker have established a secret base on the remote ice world of Hoth. The evil Lord Darth Vader has sent out thousands of probes across the galaxy. Wookiees, Tauntauns, Myroks, droids, Ewoks, and Yoda. The Empire Strikes Back. It's Friday night at the movies, and it's only on NBC. May the Force be with you.
The Empire Strikes Back, tonight at 8 on 11 Alive.
High Fun Seekers of Ludlow Porch. Hey, you be with me Monday when we start our search for Georgia's best barbecue joint. Yes, sir, Brunswick stew. Yes, sir, Brunswick stew. Me and you on the radio Monday at 9 o'clock. Now, more Gary McKee on AM-750 WSB.
24, 57 degrees, and from the AM-750 WSB Weather Center, bopping and grinding, here he is, Kirk Mellish.
Ugly now, and it's going to be ugly later.
Paul, the weather is.
But his show would be nothing without the 5-day forecast.
And he hasn't forgotten it, Kirk.
Right now, it's 58 on Peachtree.
WSB Skycopter Skyplane traffic, 285 across the north side. Going to be stop and go at many places, both directions. Not a good place to be. Joy Cashin.
I'm a mess out on the West Expressway, westbound.
57 degrees on AM-750 WSB. And back we are with David Paul, Joan Rivers Show Monday. Are you scared with this thing? You scared to be on national television?
Yeah, I am. Sometimes I get pretty bothered. Sometimes I can handle it. Sometimes I can't.
It's your first job in radio. How'd you get this job in radio?
Seriously?
Yes, I know how. That's why I'm asking. It's a great story.
Seriously.
I mean, it's moxie. This kid's got moxie.
Okay. I was listening to a talk show. This person is no longer employed here, and I was thinking to myself, this is this is dang boring. I was bored to tears, and I'd call up occasionally trying to liven it up. And I called up the program director here at AM-750 WSB. Yeah. Said, "Are you a gambler?" He said, "Yes, I'm a gambler." I said, "Here's your
Jim Ashbury."
Jim Ashbury. He said, "I said, give me a shot. I said, let me just sit in there any of your off times. Let me show you I can do it. I've never even been in a radio station before." And he took my number down. He says, "Let's have lunch." And I thought, "Yeah, right. Yeah, what a runaround." 2 days later, he called me up, invited me down. Like 4 days later, he put me on a Saturday night after a ball game. I was on for an hour and 15 minutes. I've been here ever since. So now, that was 2 years ago.
What'd you do before that?
I was a house husband for 5 years, then I was a telephone operator before that.
A house husband?
For 5 years.
That's the term.
I wasn't unemployed. I quit my last job, and I stayed home and I raised the kids.
So you let her do it, and you raised the kids.
My wife's always made more money than me. Always. She's always been more successful than I've been.
Is your wife's name Anita?
No.
I thought you and I might be married to the same one, because my wife's a lot smarter than I am. Let's go to Richard Duluth. Hi, Richard. You're on with you're our hero, AM-750 WSB, and David Paul.
Oh, good evening, Dave.
Richard.
I thought I'd get with you while the sun's still up for a change.
Richard's a regular caller my whole life. He's one of the sleaziest guys I've ever met in my life. He really is. Richard is very sleazy.
You got your finger around your nose right now. You can't wait to get off the air to go.
Hey, come on, guys. Come on. I'm not a sleazy guy, Dave. You know that.
You're very sleazy. Let me tell you Richard's story. He was engaged to be married to a girl.
Was he?
Oh, and the father-in-law to-be couldn't stand him, offered him $1,000 not to marry his daughter, and he took the $1,000. This is the sleaziest guy I've ever met in my life.
Well, that is why Dave will not let me host his show while he's taking the night off.
He's afraid you'll get his gig because you're sleazier than he is.
That's what it is. Right. He's scared of it.
He is scared. Well, Richard, you going to wish him luck for Joan Rivers? I mean, our kid's going big time now.
Well, see, Gary, I have a problem with
What's
this.
What's
I
that?
I think David's going to go mainstream.
Right, yeah.
Heaven forbid that.
Power beats the power. When your job gives you a powerful headache, you need powerful relief. Power beats the power. You need the power of BC Headache Powder.
More David Paul's on the way at AM-750 WSB Atlanta's News, Weather, and Traffic Station. It's 5:30. Good answer.
Keeps on cooking.
Atlanta's best fried chicken. AM-750 WSB presents the Gary McKee Hometown Radio Show.
Yes, we are, ladies and gentlemen. The next best thing to being alone. It's 5:37, 56 degrees, and our special guest is the man who hosts the all-night talk show, midnight to 5. God, that's a long time, Dave.
It's a great job. It's the starting...
I bet you get all kinds of trogs calling you, people of the night.
I get the hottest women on the callers. I get all the new dancers from all the clubs.
Yeah, when they get off, man.
I had 2 of them come down here about a week ago. 2 of them from really quality girls. I mean,
give you a free sample? Was it a?
Oh
God, I want to be mama.
I saw a table dance right there where you're sitting. In fact, right there where you're sitting.
Right here. Anyway, midnight to 5. Saturday nights he's on from 8 to 1.
Right, prime time
on
special.
AM-750 WSB.
Right.
And Monday he's going to be on Joan Rivers.
Right.
They're going to tape Monday, and maybe on Monday or Tuesday we'll find that out on Channel 11. His name is David Paul, and he's with us at 5:38 in the afternoon on the Hometown Radio Show. Let's you want to talk to David? We get a lot of fans. Phones are lit up. Let's go to the phones. 872-0750. Let's see. What's your premise for this half hour? We have David has to have.
I want to say hi to my wife. My wife's out there in the car. She's probably listening. Say hi, Janet. Gary, would you say hi, Janet?
Hi,
She's
Janet.
out there. I've been married to her 13 years. How long have you been married?
I've been married 4 years. This time?
And you have 2 small
4
children.
years. You have 2 kids, Case and Parker. And my
2
wife.
2 small children.
Yeah, 2 kids. My wife is Anita. Her nickname is.
How old are you?
I'm 47.
You're 47. Okay, I'm 36. And
36.
How old's your wife?
30.
You're 47. Your wife's 30.
Yeah, she's.
I didn't know I was sitting with a child molester here. I really didn't know. No, that's quite an age. Well, when you were 19, what'd you do? Date 7-year-old, Caro? I didn't realize I was with a pervert here, Gary.
No. She's 15 years my junior. Yeah, but I mean,
what do y'all talk about? Barbie dolls? Or what level?
Get out. Okay, Theresa in Kennesaw. You're on AM-750 WSB with David Paul.
I'm glad that I finally get to talk to him because he's wonderful at nighttime.
Well, why don't you call him at nighttime? I mean, nobody calls then that time of day. Is anybody up that time of night?
Gary, we have to work.
Right. You work all night? What kind of job do you have, Theresa?
I don't. Well, I'm an architect.
All right. And you work from midnight to 5?
No, I work, well, it depends on the job.
All right, well, I'll let you talk to David. Here's David Paul, Theresa.
Hi.
Hey, David.
How are you?
Glad that I get to talk to you.
You have a great voice.
Thank you.
Did you ever think about going into a 900 number or anything?
No, thank you.
Talk dirty to people for money? A lot of money in that, Theresa.
That's what Catlin's for.
And that's what Catlin's for.
Who's Catlin?
She's a regular all-night caller.
Oh, regular on the show.
Hot number.
Is Catlin the one in the ad, the one that's laying on the bed with the pink tidy, the pink teddy? Because she wants me bad.
Look at my. You want to see my wallet? I got a few pictures of them.
You have pictures of them?
Yeah.
All right.
No, this girl, doesn't she have a great voice?
Yeah, Theresa. What kind of body do you have?
That's for me to know. And for
Theresa, serious. Answer a question. I want you to legitimize what I've said. Are you a crotch watcher? All women are crotch watchers.
Oh, that's sick.
No, come on, you know it's true. All women, they're glued to a guy's crotch. Not glued, but you always glance down and look at his crotch. You always do.
No.
Well, you're not a real woman. You're a lesbian. She's a lesbian. Get rid of the lesbian. She's a lesbian.
Let's go to Laura in Norcross. Hi, you're on AM-750 WSB, Laura.
You two are not funny. You're filthy. And I urge every listener with any moral values at all to phone WSB programming and have your filthy mouths removed from
And
the air.
what is the number for WSB programming, Laura?
I'll be sure and find it tomorrow as soon as the office opens at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Laura, write it down now. 897. What are the first three numbers? 897. You got them? Laura?
I have some intelligence, of course I have it.
897-7000. 897-7000.
And maybe they'll be swamped with calls tomorrow. I certainly hope so.
To speak to the guy that dresses like a clown. Ask to speak to that guy.
The type of influence you are to your own children.
Laura,
others that are listening.
Ask to speak to the guy that looks like Bozo the Clown. Ask for that guy. They'll know it's Bob Neal. They'll give you right to him.
Laura, what do you do for a living? Why does this upset you so, this tongue-in-cheek radio fun? Hello, Laura?
I'm concerned about the moral decay of our nation, and I think you're contributing to that.
We're contributing
That's all I have to say to you.
Moral decay.
You know what I say that?
What do you say to that?
Screw it.
Let's take it short. 541, 56 degrees.
A lot of accidents occurring on your service streets out there. Couple of
AM-750 WSB. Let's go to Jack in Lithonia. You're on with David Paul, Jack.
What's going on, Dave Paul?
Jack, how you doing?
I'm doing good, doing good.
One of my star callers.
Hey, no doubt.
One of my brightest callers.
Is this an Earth Dog right here?
This guy'd never make it through on my show. What is your producer doing? What are they doing back there? Are they drunk? They've been drinking?
Does he usually screen you out, Jack?
Listen to the mental reject.
All right, go ahead, Jack.
Oh, my goodness. Good. Well, I just got out of a car with a girl named Janet, said she had a husband. What's up, David? But you know how that is.
Yeah, picking on your wife there. Let's go to Monty and Alpharetta. Hi, Monty. You're on AM-750 WSB.
Man, that Laura was a moron, wasn't she?
Moron.
How you doing, Dave?
Pretty good. I think she was frigid.
Yes. I'm only going to call her. I get on him. Oh, God. I just drive him crazy.
Right.
Yeah, tell me about that practical joke contest you had 2 nights ago.
Yeah, what was that?
No, it was nothing. I was looking for ideas. How do you pay back somebody? What's a good dirty trick? And we gave me some really good dirty tricks and really cruel stuff. But
Monty, do you happen to remember one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the oil into the new car.
Oh, I thought that was great. Somebody has a new car, and they invite you to come over and see, just pour a little oil underneath the engine there, and then go look at the car.
Take an oil can, just
just pour it right under there and say, "Oh man, beautiful car." But what's that? What's that?
I would go right there to the dealer. I get the dealer out of bed right then. Hey, my new car. Anything else, Monty? What other one do you remember?
I remember the, you can tell them it's the granny ashes. Remember that?
No.
No, granny ashes in the urn. Is this the cream egg? Go ahead.
Yeah, something to do with the urn. I don't remember the exact story.
Hey, she's losing. She's gaining weight. Remember that old joke?
You put them in an Etch-a-Sketch or something.
Oh, that was sick. Yeah.
Monty?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like somebody hanging up on your butt. All right, let's go to Jenny. Jenny in Decatur. You're on AM-750 WSB. No, I'm sorry. That's not Jenny. That's Russ. We'll be right back with you, Russ. Here's Jenny. You're on the air with David Paul, Jenny.
Hey, what's up, David?
Hi, Jenny.
Right, it is.
Hey there, hon. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well, considering the company I'm in.
Well, I know. I'm just trying to,
around a bunch of lowlifes and perverts.
Just trying to tolerate them,
Right,
You just upgrade the show.
Yeah.
Listen, I got a sharp comeback for you. If Joan tries to make you look bad or
please.
make fun of your accent.
My accent. I don't have an accent.
I know it, but
Right.
you know how she'll do.
I know.
So tell her if her hands were tied, she couldn't say a word.
Yeah, she does. She's one of these very expressive.
Yes,
Okay,
yes. All right, I'll do that. Thank you.
I get a feeling Laura was like that, as she was talking to us. I got a feeling she'd like to have us both at the same.
Right.
Let's go to Russ in Douglasville. You're on AM-750 WSB, Russ.
Hey, Carol, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. You're on with David Paul.
Hey, David, how's it going?
Pretty good, Russ.
Hey, listen to you a lot at night, but never really call in. Just to kind of kick back and listen to
I'd
it.
probably screen you out anyway, Russ.
I tell you, Russ, when I first learned about David, I used to tune in, and I didn't know the quote bag unquote, wink wink. I didn't know the gist of what type of stuff he does. I would say, who is that big? How many of you say, who is that jerk when you listen to him for the first time?
Yeah, the first couple of times I listened, I sat down to write Bob Neal, and I listened a few more times, and I thought, well, You know, maybe Laura needs to listen. Laura's probably Agnes's only friend.
Now, who's Laura? Oh, yeah, Laura. She was the one that... how about you and me and David, Russ, huh?
Yeah.
Woo,
sick.
Okay, thanks for the call.
Hey, can I ask a serious question?
Yeah,
on it,
sure,
Gary?
go ahead.
Serious,
Yeah.
with Jeff Van Noten and yourself.
Jeff's right here.
There's a new survey out that says 50% of all males have had a homosexual experience. Which one of you? Was it you, Jeff?
I swear
Which one of you two has had a homosexual experience?
Gary had the dress on. Earlier. He said he could put that dress on. It wasn't me.
How about you, David? Have you ever had, you and I know you and I have.
Look, I get drunk one night and I'm labeled for life. Come on.
So there it is. Right. So we're up to 1 out of 3. We'll be back with David Paul at AM-750 WSB. Now to Jeff Van Noten, a hometown radio show Sports Shorts. And that for months, and to miss it by a second.
I needed a small jet to run that mile.
I wonder what happens when he crosses the finish line. He pulls the string, little parachute comes out. Boy, that's fast.
348, 340, something like that. That's a world record.
Fast. RBM of Atlanta presents AM-750 WSB. Skycopter Skyplane traffic at 547, 56 rainy degrees. Carrie Browning and Joy Cashin with you. Weather from Kirk Mellish in the Weather Center, which is a good place for it. Tonight, areas of rain and fog, low 47. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy and breezy. High at 50, a low at 39. And Sunday, mostly cloudy and cool, low 49. High 49, low 44. That's tight. High 49, low 44 on Sunday. I'll close my eyes. I'm thinking of Laura. It's 5:49 and 56 degrees.
This is Dave Folk. On Sunday Morning Atlanta this week, vacation ideas, more people's...
Blue Moon! Our guest this afternoon is David Paul, all-night talk show host on AM-750 WSB, midnight to 5. Right. Hot topic. I would call David a controverser, because he could tick off the Pope. Given enough time. Let's go to Erik in East Point. Hi, Erik. You're on AM-750 WSB. We just hope that David Paul remembers us. And we'd like to have you back next week after the Joan Rivers show Monday, just to see how much your character has changed. You think it's going to change, Erik?
Yeah, I tell you, today is my lucky day, Gary, because I get to talk to David Paul during the daytime.
This must be the thrill of your life.
I tell you, David, what I always do when I call you up, I always say, hey, David Paul, how you doing?
I hope the recorder's going. Go ahead. You're speaking to Dave Paul. Go ahead.
You was an inspiration, David.
Thank you, Erik.
You was an inspiration to people who are mentally infirm. You were an inspiration because if you could do what you do and get paid for it, I tell you what, ain't no limits for nobody.
Thank you so much.
That's for sure. I tell you, it's such a wonderful day today because I can actually talk to my hero during the daytime.
Thank you, Erik.
And I don't have to stay up late at night just to tell you how obnoxious you are. and how revolted you are. And how stupid you are. And I tell you something, Gary, you have stooped to a new low. You must be scraping the bottom of the barrel if you have to have as your guest David Paul.
Throw me a bone, God. I need it bad. I really do. Thank you, Erik. Let's go to Scott in Cobb County. You're on AM-750 WSB with David Paul, Scott.
Hey, Gary, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Feel good today.
David?
Yes,
Scott. I got a practical joke for you. Next time you're on an airplane, pull out one of those magazines and fill out a bingo card for your worst enemy. And request phone call follow-up.
Right. Boy, that's brilliant.
Well, what do you mean? I don't understand that, Scott.
Is your producer?
You get mass mailing and literature. And,
right.
Got a couple jokes for you.
Oh.
Okay.
Great.
Well, you're
oh, boy, what a lively call this is.
Don't let them go. You got them right where you want them.
Your producer doing a job.
I don't know. What's your first joke there, Scott?
All right. What do you call an Iraqi with a camel and a sheep under each arm?
Give it. What's the next one? We've all heard that one.
All right. What do you call an Iraqi with 2 camels under an arm?
We've all heard that one, too. That's
okay,
pretty much...
one more. What do you call an Iraqi paratrooper?
Skeet. We've heard that. Go back to your sources. Let's go to DeWanna. How do you pronounce your name? Is it DeWanna?
It's DeWanna.
Hi, DeWanna. You're on AM-750 WSB with our hero, David Paul.
David, how are you doing?
DeWanna. Your parents must have been hippies.
They were.
I mean, a name like that. Yeah.
I wish.
High on drugs.
Yeah.
Right.
Probably.
Go ahead, DeWanna.
Look, I called. Laura really needs to. You know who's going to be listening to you next time you're on?
Who?
Laura. She's going to be glued to the radio.
Uh-huh.
She wants to hear more of you.
She wants me.
That's it. That's it.
Do you find that, excuse me, DeWanna, do you find that a lot with, stay right with us, DeWanna, okay?
I'm here.
Do you find that a lot with women? They call up and they aggravate, that they're aggravated at the things you say, but they ultimately want you. And
I have, not bragging or anything, but I have the sexiest voice on radio. I really do. My voice makes women cringe. Just not cringe, but really just, I don't know what it does, but seriously, listen to me. Turn your head for a minute. Turn your head for a minute. Listen to me. Listen to me. How you doing there? I mean, how you doing, big boy? I mean, seriously, that do anything for you at all? Seriously.
I feel like walking into the front doors of a bus station every time I hear that. DeWanna, does his voice turn you on?
Seriously.
You just wouldn't believe.
Yeah,
You know, David, the first time I heard you,
yes.
if I could have got down to the station,
Right.
you would have needed a bodyguard.
Right. and 9 months later, we'd be proud parents, right?
What happened after that? DeWanna, this is interesting. The evolution of your thought on David Paul's show. What happened afterwards? After you've listened to him and you know what he's doing.
Well, the first time I got so angry.
Uh-huh.
I had just had a baby, and he did a talk show on women who breastfeed.
And now how do you feel about his show?
Now I enjoy when my baby wakes me up during the night and I get to listen to it.
Turn him on. Thanks for calling. 872-0750 on Hometown Radio Show. Back with David Paul after the big-time news break.
What's that cool going down? That chill rushing through it.
AM-750 WSB.
Well, we're not getting enough calls at the front desk. If you have a complaint with the Hometown Radio Show this afternoon, to our management standing by at 897-7000. 897-7 and a whole bunch of zeros. If you know how to do a touch-tone phone. If you do the rotary phone, just, Gracie, get me WSB. Gary McKee, Hometown Radio Show, and our special guest this afternoon. You get people in the mood. You know that, David? You get people in the mood. It's David Paul, the host of the all-night show on AM-750. WSB also has a Saturday night talk show. You know, Phil Negro's good friend of Jeff's, good friend of the radio station. I swear, before I told Phil what you were about, he was very, Phil is, when you say Jeff, Phil is a mild-mannered kind of guy. He doesn't get upset with anything. But he got upset with you, something you did, I forget what it was. Right. He said he was ready to jump in the car, come down here to the radio station.
Poor guy.
Doesn't that scare you when you
even
get
after
people?
you told him about him, he still...
Yeah, exactly. Even after I said, Phil, relax, it's just kind of a wink-wink, you know, and it's fun to listen to him, to hear the stupid people who fall for his wink-wink react to it. And...
What's this wink-wink stuff? What are you talking about here? What's this wink-wink stuff?
Say no more.
What is? I'm serious.
Anyway.
The thing is, management says, well, Dave, we know you're joking. What are you talking about joking? I'm not joking about anything. Everything, I'm a truthful talk show host. I lay it out.
Absolutely.
Here it is.
It's David Paul, off the wall, midnight to 5 on the
Right.
SMP. You're gracious enough to stay with us here for another segment. So what do you want to do this segment?
Well, let me tell you, first of all, I appreciate those promos you left me last night. You leave promos. You leave the best promos in the building. You really do. You're talking about my shoulders, my chiseled buttocks.
Yes, he has broad shoulders, tapering down to a chiseled buttocks.
And I appreciate that. And I do have nice buttocks. I mean, if you were to look at my buttocks right now, what's your first...
I'm not going to look at your buttocks.
Come on, look at my buttocks. Don't I have great buttocks?
All right, I'll look at your
buttocks. All right, don't I have nice buttocks?
I don't know.
Amy, what about my buttocks, Amy? I mean, just seriously.
No opinion.
And Sandy? Well, Sandy's still looking at my crotch here. She's still glued to my crotch. Come on.
David, I'm sorry. I mean,
David
my
said that
eyes
you're
were
looking
never...
at his...
Right.
She has
Even when I had good vision...
She's got her left hand below her eyes.
I've noticed the callers have been below par. I mean, I've never heard so many morons in my life in the last 30 minutes.
We're going to get some good callers.
And the reason is because she's glued to my crotch and she's not paying attention to her job. And that's really...
You're right, David.
I know I'm right.
I'm so embarrassed that I've been caught in the act.
Her eyes are glued to your crotch. Like super glue? Oh, yeah. Oh, boy, that would be a scenario, wouldn't it? 11 after 6 and 56 degrees.
WSB Skycopter, Skyplane traffic. Let me give you a couple of the worst problems we've got. 285 northbound under the I-20 bridge. Got a couple of cars tangling it up out there on the west side. Going to slow you down northbound on 285. Downtown connector still backing up, particularly around North and Williams, and also 75 northbound at Dell going up through Marietta. Back to you, Garrow.
Anyway, the reason that we had this horrendous person on the air this afternoon, David Paul, is going to be on Joan Rivers on Monday. He's going to be on the show on Monday. If it's live, it'll be on Monday. If it's taped, it'll be on Tuesday on Channel 11 locally.
Right.
Runs at 9 o'clock in the morning. Can you do something on the show that...
I'm going to kick her butt. Her butt is mine.
Are you going to Joan Rivers? You think you can handle her?
Well, I hope it's live so they can't shut me up.
Can you? How about if you take your right hand and scratch your left ear.
Right.
Sometime. Will you do that for us, just to
Right.
give us a little signal that we'll be watching you and see if you can...
Sandy's in there signaling
Okay.
my crotch. I mean,
No,
God,
she's not.
right, okay, yeah.
Just sometime during
Right.
during the show, just, you know, when you see the
What do
red
you mean?
light...
Put my hand over my head and scratch
put your
my
hand-
left
just,
ear,
just
right?
like that when you're talking. Take your right hand and
Okay.
over your head, scratch your left ear. We know that's our signal.
Yeah, just be an
Yeah.
in thing for Atlanta.
Yeah, be an end thing for everybody listening
All
right
right,
now.
yeah,
That's
right,
our hero, David
Sure,
Paul. Let's go to top 10, Ernie. Hi, Ernie. You're on the air with David Paul. What's the top 10 for today?
This would be the top 10 reasons why David's going to be on with Joan Rivers.
Oh, okay. Top 10 reasons. And number 10 would be...
Joan lost a bet.
And number 9?
They thought he was related to the Pope.
Number 8.
He told them that his radio name was Rick Dees.
Rick's a very popular jock out in Los Angeles. Number 7.
He's in town for the starring role on Unsolved Mysteries.
Number 6.
He's the only person who didn't have a daytime job.
Number 5.
Producers hope that David can cure Joan of her chronic hiccup.
Number 4.
Needed a mate for Joan's dog Spike.
Number 3. Ooh.
Claims to be the illegitimate son of Mrs. Paul, the fish lady.
Number 2.
Show focuses on vampires and other weirdos that come out at night.
And number 1.
He won the Joan Rivers look-alike contest.
Let's take a quick call here. Let's go to Jim and Vinings. Hi, Jim. You're on AM-750 WSB with David Paul.
Hi, how you doing, Gary?
I'm doing fine, man. Here's Dave.
David, how you doing?
Jim, I'm doing fine, Jim.
I tell you, I have not been able to get through at night. I don't know what a good time to call it.
We're busy.
I tell you, you're busy. I can always get through to Gary.
I put every line on hold.
But I want to tell you something.
I just wish people would stop calling me so I could talk more.
That's for sure.
Right, go ahead. Sorry. You're a homosexual anyway, aren't you?
Do I now?
No, then go on. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Just go ahead and promote everybody here, Jim.
And
Stay away from call-letters if you might. Go ahead.
And I listened to David Paul show on Saturday night.
Yes.
And I believe he was talking about men not cleaning bathrooms.
Right, that was 18 months ago.
Yeah, I've been listening a long time.
That was the topic there was a real man does not clean bathrooms. Yes.
Right. I've been listening.
That's women's work.
See, since a year and a half, and ever since that, I stay glued to AM-750,
Right.
and I started listening to Ludlow and Wes Minner and Gary McKee. I've called his shows several times, even Meddy.
And you quit listening to me.
You met
No, I listen to you all the time. I can never get through, though. I listened to the show with the new dancers and tried to get through.
You had
no
new
way.
dancers? Oh, golly, that's...
Yes, I brought new... Golly, this is private stuff. Management might be listening here.
My bad.
Don't mention anything I do. Right, okay. But no,
you had Kim on, too. And,
Kim.
And
Kim,
she was talking about her favorite
Hey,
day.
that's a good... Thanks for the call, Jim. That's a good question. Who's going to work for you while you're gone? I mean, what kind of a nutbag is going to fill in?
I'm having a caller come in.
One of your regulars.
One of my regulars will come in and will host my show Saturday or Monday night. In fact, the girl, one you just mentioned, Kim, will come in and host my show.
All right. Now, we have a big surprise for you. We have the Vice President of the United States, Dan Quayle, on the telephone who wants to talk with you, and he's going to be by just after the short break here.
I'll use small words, yes.
Stand by for Dan Quayle. Dan and David Paul. That's going to start a fire. 616, 56 degrees, and AM-750 WSB Hometown Radio Show Sports Shorts with Jeff Van Note.
Pitchers and catchers worked out for 3 hours today as the Braves officially opened their 91 spring training camp at West Palm. Bobby Cox said 37 players were scheduled to appear for that first workout. 6 were missing due to visa problems. Why is it that everybody always has visa problems? Don't they plan on where they're supposed to be and when? Hawks and Lakers had sold out Omni. Atlanta trying to extend that 17-game home winning streak. The Lakers, winners of 18 of their last 20. They're 1.5-point favorite. Sam Perkins is injured, won't play. I like the Hawks tonight. More sports, 30 minutes.
We got 16 past the hour, and it's AM-750 WSB Skycopter Skyplane Traffic with Kerry Browning.
Had all kinds of problems still hanging with us out there, Gary. Memorial at Columbia over in DeKalb County had several lanes or several directions tied up. That's a busy intersection and a pretty bad wreck out there. Some interstate problems, 285 northbound under I-20. They're working with it now. Should have it out of your way, but you may find a backup coming up toward I-20 on the west side of town. Downtown connector's been a mess all afternoon long and has still got some slow traffic. You're going to find as you head both directions up around North and Williams and the North Avenues down to turn behind Grady southbound last time we saw it. Also, 75 northbound at Delco. up in Marietta had an accident there. Others on the surface streets, North Hairston, northbound before 78, your right lane. Dallas Highway and John Ward way up north, and Moreland.
Radio show with our special guest, David Paul, who's going to be on Joan Rivers' show Monday on Channel 11, or Tuesday on Channel 11 if it's taped or whatever. We'll tell you that. He's also going to reach with his right hand over his head and scratch his left ear just for us. We know he's listening. Go to Brian in Marietta. Brian, you're on the air with David Paul.
Hey, Gary.
Uh-huh.
I thought you said Dave was going to be on the show today.
I am on the show,
Jim Witt. On the show today.
I ain't talking about
No.
Joe Rivers.
Joan Rivers. No, did you watch Joe Rivers this morning? Did you see David Paul on there?
No.
Well, he wasn't on. He's going to be on Monday.
But you said he's going to be on there today.
No, I didn't. I said Monday.
Okay.
I might have said today in a moment of distraction, because I have some distractions here.
Oh, okay. Well, I just wanted to give David a call and tell him I really like his show and everything.
Well, what did you think? What did you think of David the first time you heard him, Brian?
First, I thought he was obnoxious. And,
Right.
you know, my wife was like, "You're crazy for listening to this guy." And I was like, "Well, I don't know." And then finally, I realized, you know, the way he is and everything. And
right.
Well, what do you mean? What way is he? Do you think he's gay?
No. I think he's a man. I mean,
I'm a hell of a man.
A ladies' man.
Ask your wife.
Thanks, Brian. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to, you know, comment and say that, you know, I think he's a good talk show host, and I would like to see him come to mornings. He's kidding around the other day. He's going to be coming to the morning show.
It's in the works. It's in the works.
872-0750. It's a free call on Bell South Mobility, by the way, on the Gary McKee Hometown Radio Show. And coming up, Vice President Dan Quayle and David Paul go head-to-head on AM-750 WSB as we go to the News Center with our latest update on war in the Middle East from the Vice President of the United States, Mr. Dan Quayle. You're on the air with David Paul. Dan, hi.
Damn, I got my left hand stuck up here behind my right ear.
Oh, you were doing the wave. No, that was for him on Joan Rivers Monday, so we all know that he's waving to us.
Well, I'm really excited to be on the air with Mr. Paul, because I think it's a wonderful service he provides. I think people with decaying morals have to have somebody to call.
Thank you.
I heard the woman last half hour, and
that was
she's an
Laura.
idiot. What can I say?
This seems, you say what you want, Mr. Vice President, but all the lines are lit. This gentleman can certainly stir up an audience.
That's right. I think he's wonderful.
Sure.
And but enough praise. Now, why don't you say something nice about me?
Can you say something nice about the Vice President? Or
I think your wife's... Oh, I think your wife's smarter. I mean, your wife has something going for her, but...
She thinks you're a wonderful guy, by the way.
Right. I'm sure she does.
When's Marilyn going to get that tumor taken off her head there, Dan? And the one she covers up with her hair and...
Right.
The president passed wind today.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Did he? Well, I'll be darned.
We were riding in the limousine on the way to make that announcement today, and he looked at me, I looked at him, and then he blamed the catalytic converter. I couldn't believe it.
All right. Well, Dan Quayle, thank you very much, Mr. Vice President. We have a lot of calls. You have a good weekend, sir.
All right, you too.
Pamela in Atlanta, you're on AM-750 WSB with David Paul.
Oh, David, what can I say after following the Vice President of the United States?
Yeah.
I'm one of those 1 to 5 listeners that listens to you every morning.
Hi, Pamela. 12 to 5. 12 to 5.
12 to 5.
Right.
I just want to tell you you're the greatest talk host show in the nation.
Yes, I am. Thank you very much. Yes, I am.
And we are happy to send you to Atlanta to represent WSB.
New York.
To New York.
You send me to New York.
I mean to New York.
Yes. I just hope, seriously, I have major concerns. I just hope I'm not too big for the Atlanta market when I get back. I really do. That concerns
We're gonna have David on.
This is what concerns us.
Right.
We're afraid that you're going to get up there and get the big city,
I just wonder if WSB won't be below me when I get back. That kind of bothers me.
Well, it bothers me, too.
Right.
Pamela, we're going to have David.
Believe me, you are the greatest.
We're going to have David on after he comes back to see how much
He needs to be on from 1 to 5. He needs to be on during the day where everybody can listen to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Pamela, excuse me, I don't mean to insult you, but you seem to have some years on us, and it amazes me that you would listen to David Paul. Because most
I haven't had a good night's sleep for 2 years. I don't know what it is to sleep from 1 to 5 every morning.
My father and mom were in town, and we were up.
The first time that I ever heard him, I listened to this guy, and I'm thinking to myself, they should run him out of.
He's certainly getting your shorts afraid. You don't know what...
I was telling someone about it the next day, and I said, I don't know who this jerk was, but he should be run out of Georgia.
Right.
David,
Yes.
What you should do, you know this Mike that works at the used car place that called everybody stupid?
Yeah, that's...
and he came south and he was selling cars and he was telling everybody how stupid everybody in the South was because they spent so much money on used cars.
Mm-hmm.
You should have him call you. And listen, he's the only one that could call everybody stupid, and we loved it.
that was a used car dealer I had on my show Saturday night, Nick from New York, and the only reason he came south is because we're so stupid. And he couldn't sell cars in New York, so he came down here, and now everybody buys everything because we're so stupid down here.
Kenneth in Lawrenceville, you're on AM-750 WSB with David Paul. Kenneth.
Yes, David Paul.
Kenneth.
I wonder how much you're paying these people to call you and compliment you.
Right.
Because you're the most obnoxious guy I've ever met. Wanting to put down the American flag during wartime.
I did not.
Yeah, okay.
What is he talking about?
He said something about flags and selling it to the Japanese.
I never thought about selling it. This guy's a moron. He was listening to your show. He's caught this something you talked about last week. It's your show.
I got time for one more call here. Bill in Norcross, you're on AM-750 WSB with David Paul. Bill.
Yeah, I want to know a couple things. First of all, was that Laura a moron or what?
Moron.
Yeah. I tell you what.
That's one of the words David uses a lot.
Where'd she come from?
Moron. She just wanted us. She wanted us both at the same time, I think.
Hey, David, I got a question for you.
Yes.
Have you ever seen the movie Talk Radio?
Yes, I have.
Well, you better hope that moron Laura don't see that movie.
Right.
You got to worry about, thank you, Bill. You got to worry about stuff like that, I guess, huh? People don't realize what you're up to. Wink, wink. And But anyway, good luck to you, David.
Thank you for having me.
Joan Rivers, that's my pleasure, man.
Tuesday.
You're a good man. We'll see you on the air tonight, 12 to 5.
Right.
And Joan Rivers will be floating around Monday, too. You get me the word, we'll announce it. And then next week, see you back here, see how skinny your head's gotten.
Okay.
And you're going to take her on, huh?
I sure will.
All right.
See y'all.
All about it. Free soup, free salad, and Popoke's. Here's the scoop. Popoke's Extraordinary Critics' Choice combos come with extra homemade vegetable soup or extra garden patch salad, absolutely free. Treat yourself to combinations of Atlanta's best fried chicken, country fried steak, golden fried fish, or Gulf shrimp served with Popoke's home-style vegetables. And enjoy extra soup or extra salad at no extra charge.
So Popoke's keeps on cooking.
Atlanta's best fried chicken, Atlanta's favorite coleslaw,
Favorite biscuits, best iced tea. Popoke's keeps on fixing. Hearty home-style cooking. Smile, Atlanta, you're a Popoke's.
Extra soup or extra salad, absolutely free. Only at Popoke's.
AM-750 WSB News Center time, 6:35. Now, Atlanta's most accurate weather with WSB meteorologist Kurt Mellish.
The WSB exclusive 5-day forecast. For tonight, more rain and fog, low 42 to 46. Drizzle ending early tomorrow, mostly cloudy, breezy and cool, high 49 to 52, low 38. And the extended outlook Sunday through Tuesday. Sunday, increasing cloudiness with showers possible by evening, rain Monday.
Depend on it.
It's the Gary McKee Hometown Radio Show.
David Paul, you're in trouble, son. You took Jeff Van Note's pen. He's looking down. He's saying, oh, my God. I got Jeff Van Note's pen. I'm going to die. I mean, you don't take Jeff Van Note's pen.
I'll finish him off for Joan Rivers.
Here, take mine. You want to use mine?
Not the kind I use. I use a certain type ball.
Oh,
I'm
you're
very
like me.
picky about those
You're
pens.
like me. It's good. Notice I take the metal thing off of mine. I take that clip off so it fits in. I don't know why they had it. Whoever put that stupid clip-on pen certainly didn't work in this kind of job because you like for them to slide into your pockets and stuff, not catch on everything. So I take the clips off. You're
Those are
thinking
for the
about
people who had the pocket protectors.
the clips are only for nerds. That's right. Clips-on pens are for nerds. See,
Pocket protectors.
David Paul comes in here. We start insulting everybody. I mean, it's infectious. The insulting, I would say the controverser. That's what David Paul is. He's a controverser.
He's got me hot. I mean, my pen. That was my ink pen.
Now, this is, you're hot like mad at him, not hot like what?
Well, absolutely not.
Let's go to Donna in Grayson. Hi, Donna. You're on AM-750 WSB.
Hi, Gary.
Hi.
I just wanted to tell you that I've always enjoyed WSB. I love your traffic reports because I travel a lot. And
What type of job do you have?
I'm a ventriloquist. We
you're-
have a company called Joy Productions.
You're a traveling ventriloquist? You go from party to party, really?
Well, no, it's from school to school.
All right.
Like this month, we have 78 programs in the Atlanta. I was just in Augusta, and I was driving back tonight where I was listening to you
I'm
all.
a traveling salesman, but traveling ventriloquist.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of people probably listening who know who I am. But I spend my whole life just trying to encourage children. My whole program this year is on morals. And I just think it's so sad, Gary, that you have 2 small children of your own, and here you are on the radio allowing something like this during prime time. My 7-year-old Joy was in the car with me, in the van, listening to this. And, Gary, you can be so talented by yourself. You don't need to say things like that. And I just don't know why this would have to be on the air. I mean, it's his right. If David Paul wants to say things like that, I can understand it in the middle of the night, but not when children are in their cars with their parents listening to traffic reports.
That's why David is on normally from midnight to 5 o'clock in the morning. And we brought him in here because he's part of the team. He's a very talented guy. And it's, Donna, his whole thing, and he'll deny it face-to-face, his whole thing is a joke. There's a certain type of humor that men call the dozens. I don't know. Women have a name of it. It's called put-down humor. It's all based on the fact that you don't kid anybody you don't like. And when you come to me, Donna, and I like you, you seem like a very talented person. And so at this moment, until you do something to tick me off, you're kind of on my side. I see that your hair's a little messy today. And I tease, I tease you about that. I say, Donna, hey, I love your hair. Hold a mirror up and I'll blow and fray it out. That's my way of saying...
Well, I can take your way. I listen to you all the time.
But now let me finish, Donna.
Your way was very wrong.
That's my way of saying, hey, I don't really care what your hair looks like. I still like, I tease you. So you gotta take him like that. Once you start listening to David Paul's show like that, if you start listening to him tongue-in-cheek, he's having a lot of fun, and listen to the stupid people that call up all upset by some of the things he says.
Okay, so it was at nighttime, but not now, though. I know there's other kids that have to be out there listening to it.
Yeah. Well, I tell you,
I guess I was a fool because I really should have turned it off. But I was so
you probably didn't turn it off because you didn't want to forget it. You didn't want to listen to it. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the business we're in. I'm sorry your 7-year-old was victimized. What did he pick up on? What did he hear?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to repeat it. Starts with the C.
C? Oh, the CRO.
Yeah, that one.
How do you spell that? How do you spell crotch, Sandy?
See, there you go.
See, there I go. Excuse me, Donna. It slipped out, but I appreciate the call. But you have to listen. You have to listen with that in mind. It's very good. When you listen with that in mind, he's absolutely perfect. 641, 19 and 7 and 56 degrees. It's AM-750 WSB Skycopter, Skyplane, traffic and joy cashing.
Still hard going up to Cobb County, 75 northbound. Slow in places from Moores Mill Road up toward the South Loop. Now you got a wreck on 85 northbound near the Buford Highway. Gary?
I mean, he's perfect because he will tick you off every time without fail. Rapid fire trivia. We got some prizes. We might have to go to the contest line. We got all our regular lines lit up here. We got a commitment to give these prizes away. It's going to be a great show. It's Jane Curtin and who's the other
David
guy?
Dukes.
David Dukes, and only the theater lady would know. Amy Henry, our producer. Jane Curtin and David Dukes, and let me scramble and try to... Here it is. Here's Love Letters. Starts the 26th of February at the Fox Theater. We have 2 pair opening night tickets to see Love Letters. Pause for a burp there. You're excused. Diet Coke. First correct answer, 7410750 on the contest line. 7410750. Who lived at 1313 Mockingbird Lane? Rapid fire trivia, you're up. Who lived at 1313 Mockingbird Lane? Get you on there. If they get that correct, then we'll take them on to the other stages of rapid fire trivia. Paul in Douglasville. Paul, you're on AM-750 WSB.
Garo.
Hey, what's up, son?
I'm gonna tell my mama on you.
What'd I do?
Oh Lord, I can't believe these people.
Well,
give me a livid break.
You have to. These people acting like morons, aren't they? You have to remember the first time you heard David Paul. And then the 5th or 6th time you heard him.
I remembered the first time.
Yeah.
I liked him the first time.
Oh, you did? You're sick. You are a moron.
Hey, I'm the back man. If it sucks, I fix it.
Do you realize that what you do for a living?
Yeah. If it don't suck, we'll fix it.
Okay, Paul. Thanks for the call.
Hey, Gary, take it easy.
Be sure to watch David Paul on Joan Rivers too. I think he's a little confusing. They tape. Sometimes it's live. Sometimes it's playback. If it's live, it'll be on Monday. If it's taped, it'll be on Tuesday. Are you with me so far?
What happens if it's not on? I mean,
he's going to be on.
Maybe they might blank him there.
She's doing a show on radio, wacky radio people, and he's going to be on. Do we have a winner? Who lives at 1313 Mockingbird Lane? What is this? Nobody knows that? Nobody knows. Do you know who lives at 1313 Mockingbird Lane?
No.
Jeez. Who lives at 1313 Mockingbird Lane?
The Monster.
All right. What's your name?
Jody.
Jody, you're on. Well, what's your last name, Jody?
Tipton.
Okay, question 1. Here's question 2. Are you ready?
Yeah.
What does love mean in tennis?
Love mean in tennis?
Yes. What does the word love mean in tennis?
Tie. You know what?
Jody.
That gummit.
What does
40-0, 30-0 means zero.
All right. One more. What was Tom Seaver's first name and you're in?
Tom Seaver's first name and
Tom Seaver's first name. What is it? Tom Seaver, the pitcher.
What's his first name?
No, what's his first name? That was Tom's his middle name. What's his first name?
George.
You're right.
Emma?
That's right. Absolutely.
George Tom Seaver.
George Tom Seaver. You got him.
I was flashing back to my baseball cards, Gary.
Made me spill all over my microphone. Yeah, that's right. First call in. Yeah, get old. Let me get back to you here. What's your first name again? Hello. What, Jody?
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to go to opening night of Jane Curtin, David Duke Love Letters. Okay, here we go. First correct answer at, yes, use a baseline, 8720750. What's the only letter not used in the spelling of the 50 states? You're looking, note. You're looking. Only letter not used in the spelling of the 50 states. There's one. Nope. No. Well, go ahead and guess.
Z. My first was Z.
It's not Z. Okay. What's the only letter not used in the spelling of the 50 states? Hello? What's the only letter not used in the spelling of the 50 states?
Z.
No, it's not Z.
California.
I'll give you another guess. All right. You're on AM-750 WSB. What's the only letter not used in the spelling of the 50 states?
Is it Y?
No, it's not Y. You're on AM-750 WSB. What's the only letter used, not used in the spelling of 50 states?
Q.
You're right, Q. Okay, you're in. What's your name?
I hope I don't lose you, John. Antic name.
John, what's the last one?
Antic name.
Okay, and John, if you lose this, call us back at 7410750. Turn your radio down. You're going to stage 2.
Okay.
Okay, you with us?
Yep.
Okay, I want you to tell me Mr. Magoo's first name.
Mr. Magoo.
Mr. Magoo. Oh, yeah.
Huey.
Nope. Sorry, man.
Herman.
Sorry, man. Hey, you're on AM-750 WSB. What's the only letter not used in the spelling of 50 states?
Q.
Okay, what's Mr. Magoo's first name? Starts with the same letter.
Phil.
Phil. Starts with the same letter. Now, throwing you a bone here. Throwing you a bone. There's only one name that starts with a Q.
I'm thinking. Hold on. Q. Magoo.
Sorry. Gotta catch you. Keep them coming. 8720750. Rapid fire trivia for 2 tickets to see opening night of Love Letters, Jane Curtin and David Dix. 647, 13, and 7. Dukes? Is it Dukes? Dukes? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I seriously have D-I-C-K. D. Well, it's a name. What are you laughing at, Henry? It's a name. It's a name.
Honest mistake. It's okay.
It's AM-750 WSB hometown radio show Sports Shorts and Jeff Van No.
David.
No. David Duke.
David Magoo.
Yeah, no. Go ahead.
3 games left in that SEC race. LSU, Mississippi State, a whole 1-game lead over Alabama and Vandy. Kentucky also shares that lead, but is ineligible. Everybody plays Saturday. Tennessee loses at LSU. Vandy wins at Ole Miss. Kentucky over Florida. The Gators have lost their star guard, Craig Brown. Georgia triumphs at Auburn. The Tigers can't win at home. And the big game, the battle of tough front lines. That's Mississippi State travels to Alabama. Bama's guards, Waits and Robinson, they're probably too much. Falcons lost Greg Davis, their kicker. Plan B, he's signed with the Cardinals. He's the first Plan B free agent to do that. Maybe a mistake here. First kicker to score better than 100 points for the Falcons since Mick Luckhurst in 1985. But I think maybe Jerry Glanville believes he's going to bring in Tony Zendejas, who kicked for him at Houston. Jeff Van Note, WSB Sports.
You're gonna join the horde for trivia trade-off just after 7 to 9, aren't
We'll
you?
have a few of the regulars tonight. One person is taken off. Dr. Phil, our baseball expert, will not be here. Not at all.
AM-750 WSB and Kirk Mullish in the Weather Center tonight calls for areas of rain and fog, low 47. Tomorrow mostly cloudy and breezy, high at 50, low 39. And Sunday mostly cloudy and cool with a high at 49 and low at 44. It's 56 degrees at 6:48. 12 and 7 o'clock. Back to the board. We go to Kevin. Hi, Kevin. You're on AM-750 WSB. What's the only letter not used in the spelling of 50 states?
Q.
And what was Mr. Magoo's first name?
Quincy.
Quincy. Yeah, one more and you're there. Name one sport you win by going backwards.
Swimming, you do it in the backstroke.
All right, we got a winner. Big shot. Hey, can you name me two more? You go.
What?
There are 3 sports you win by going backwards. Can you name 2 more? I mean, you got the prize. Try. There's the backstroke. You're right. What else?
Let's see, Gary.
Just think.
Running?
No, you don't run backwards. How can you run backwards, Kevin? I'm tempted to take your prize away from you. One's the tug of war.
Gary, I don't know.
Tug of war.
Oh, okay.
And the other is rowing.
Not always.
Well, but you do. You do win. Well, I think most rowing competition, the gentlemen are backwards, aren't they? You don't push to row. Kevin, I'm tempted to take your prize away.
Can't know everything, Gary.
What's your last name, Kevin?
Fine.
Okay, you're a big winner. I want you to hold on for these 2 tickets to see opening night of Love Letters on AM-750 WSB McKee in a hometown radio show at 6 Skyplane Traffic.
That rain is still coming down very hard. You're going to find still more slow traffic in the rush hour. 75 northbound into Cobb County is going to be heavy from the river area, making your way up toward the South Loop. Also leaving downtown, a wreck reported on I-85 northbound to Buford Highway. Up on the north side, an accident on Ashford-Dunwoody, about a mile north of I-285. An accident on Corners Parkway off of Holcomb Bridge Road. Got an accident with somebody hurt on Jimmy Carter Boulevard at Brook Hollow Parkway. North Druid Hills at Claremont, also Five Forks Trickham at Parkview. And I'm Joy Cash in WSB Skycopter and Skyplane Traffic.
Atlanta's news, weather, and traffic station, AM-750 WSB, where you hear scheduled updates on the war in the Gulf every hour and half hour, plus special live reports from the AP network at 20 after each hour. And as soon as there are any new developments, we will break in on regular programming. AM-750 WSB. Depend on it.
Mercedes-Benz, the automobile that has set dramatic examples of durability, reliability, and safety while maintaining the highest